Good morning. It is January 22nd, 2026. In Ottawa, minus like 5, I think, actually. It's not as bad as we thought. We were supposed to get some huge winter storm last night. It's not that bad. Anyways, I just wanted to say good morning and talk a little bit about what brought me to the concept of being, I don't know, just not following rules. I've never been one to follow rules. So I wanted to tell a story about when I was a little girl. I was, there goes Dawson, 8 years old, 7 years old. Anyways, I was definitely moving out. I don't even remember the reason why I was moving out, but I was so angry. I packed up my box of Oreo cookies and stormed out the door and stomping down the driveway. And my mother calls from the doorway and she's like, "Joanne, you get back in here right now or I'm going to spank your bum." And I remember this frustration so badly, like the instant rage of, who are you and who made you my mother that I have to listen to your rules? And it was almost like time just stopped for a second and things got put in motion for my future that I really didn't understand as a little girl at 7 years old, because that whole concept of I will not be told what to do, I will just refuse, and if you don't like it, I'll leave. That's basically been my MO from the time I was very little. So when it came to things like the vaccine and on top of my education and stuff like that as well, but being forced to do something against my will has always been stuck to me since the time I was very young. Anyway, so I'm curious. I'm curious about all the other people, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are awake that watches my channel, and I'm just really interested as to know when was it in your lifetime that things changed and you decided that you weren't going to follow the rules no more. The other thing I wanted to kind of briefly talk about is I have a friend here in Ottawa who has a school-age son, and he brought it up to my attention this week that, it's kind of crazy. I'm very fortunate that I don't have school-age children right now, because I really believe that what's happening with our boys, especially in elementary school, is nothing but a catastrophe. And if you're a white male, I hate even talking about race, because we've been taught, especially as Canadians, don't talk about race, be good, treat everybody the same, you're amazing. However, we did all that, right? And, as a Christian, you do what you can. You try to accept people for who they are, and, you try to be nice. However, when it comes to the school board, whites are white males, actually, sit down, shut up. There's an excellent video that Jasmin Laine does when she talks about the school system and how white boys are being treated within the system. I'll actually put her video in my comments below, because I don't think a lot of parents are really aware of what's been going on. One of the things that shocked me with this whole story is he was kicking the teacher, actually, and so the teachers actually put hands on him to get him out of the classroom, and apparently this is all okay now if teachers beat on students. But what shocked me was the teacher's comment about that they have 30 more students in that classroom that act the exact same way. So, actually, I believe the number was 20. So you have 20 out of 30 students in a class that are all kicking teachers and, behaving in ways that are violent and inappropriate. And I totally blame this on the education system. And I actually have so much sympathy for teachers because I can't imagine what they've gone through over the last 7 years in Canada. It's kind of crazy. I noticed, like, my youngest son is 22, so I kind of noticed things changing when he was in grade 8, 7, and 8. They were actually putting needle dispensaries in the bathrooms. So there's a lot going on with our children in general. And anyways, I just kind of wanted to make a little bit of a video to talk about this and put it out there for people to understand. And I'm just this little Ottawa girl talking about the things that I see in my direct life. And so enjoy your day, everybody. I love you. Don't mind my pajamas, but morning really is my best time of the day, and I love to do this. So have a good one. Happy Hump Day, everybody.